divisional round matchup in the NFC between the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. One of two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. They'll start this drive out on the ground. They find some open field here. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 39 yards there, a big one. Opening quarter, his opening carry of the game, and I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that. With that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times until they show signs of stopping it. I think he did his visualization exercise before this one, and they're paying off.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Shaquille Leonard, the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Watson. The connection here with Nelson Agholor. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now fourth down.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
Here we go on fourth. Watson. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on fourth. Here's first and 10. Here's Watson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Chandler Jones from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
The tight end in motion right. Throwing on second and long. Watson. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Nelson Agholor. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. the touchdown. Here's Pinheiro to kick it off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. The first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Play action. Now it's Murray. Rolling to his right. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
And he is such a tough quarterback to defend because you got to remember, arguably, he's more dangerous outside the pocket than he is in it. But how about the job they did defensively to stay with the receiver and knock the ball away? I think they had a sigh of relief there because oftentimes when he gets outside the pocket, big plays result downfield.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Slings this deep for McLaurin. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Detroit. Terry McLaurin. Excellent work there to get in on the touchdown run. And the Lions are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit with play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
To Gordon, out left. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. They will indeed snap it to Watson. Delivering again to Gordon, and he's got him again. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and it'll be a turnover on downs. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to float from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They go to the ground again with Taylor. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 7-7, our score after 1.
Score time 7-7.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Now Murray. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. They're going for it. Hits Murray. And that is incomplete. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved up the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Faking the give. Now Watson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. To throw is Watson. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
On 4th down, Watson. Open man is good and complete. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. 62 yards. And the Vikings' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. Well, this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on fourth, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on fourth down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride to the offense this go around. They'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Being chased out left. And that is incomplete.
Like what I see so far in this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Murray sets to throw on fourth. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Back to throw, Watson. That's complete to John Ross. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Now it's Watson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Watson now throwing on 4th down. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. Touchdown. Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Vikings go up by 2 touchdowns.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. That's caught inside the 10. And he gets in. And no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Off of play action, it's Watson. Steps away. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Watson now to throw. And that will be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So on fourth down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. And this will do the job nicely, as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Murray. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. From the gun, Murray. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Murray and company going for it on 4th. And he finds McLaurin. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Detroit. Terry McLaurin in the final seconds of the first half. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point put through by Boswell. And this is back to an 8-point game. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. The final shot before the break, Watson. And Gordon's got it. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime means had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
From Viking territory now, they'll come on 1st and 10 at the 46. Up the middle with Barkley. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And now Murray's going to set up to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
2nd and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he's going to be stopped just short of the 1st down marker at the Vikings' 26. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 9 yards on the play and a 1st down. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Again, it's Taylor. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jonathan Taylor from 17 yards out. And the Lions have cut the lead back down to 2. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. It appears they're going to throw for it with Murray. Goes right side. And he's got it. So they went ahead and went for 2 to tie the game, and it works out. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
The tackle made back at the 25-yard line.
Moore, the man in motion. On third down, they're going to run for it here. And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the first at the 32.
He's tackled over 32 yards. A gain of 6 yards. It's fourth down.
On fourth down, they'll try and run for it. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. They'll run on first down. Cartwright. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18. They'll keep it on the ground. Cartwright. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Watson. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Lions will take over here just shy of the 30. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows the defense to tighten up their coverage, and they picked that one off.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. Murray now. He's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Open man completes it to Claypool. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. I'll tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. Here's Murray. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw is Murray. Steps away to his left. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Again, they'll throw with Murray. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Chase Claypool from 10 yards out. And the Lions have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th. So what a comeback here. They looked like they might be down and out not too long ago, but they have rallied back to take a 4th-quarter lead.
And I think we've got to give them nothing but credit for figuring things out on the fly, because mentally they were on the ropes ready to go, and they hung in there. They made some changes and adjustments, and that led to some big plays, and it turned this game on its ear.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the 4th quarter, the divisional round. And they need to come up. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
A give for Taylor running right side. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Well, the first play in the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They run once more with Taylor. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and he brings forth a 3rd and long. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. On 4th down, Murray forced out to his left. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down. So that's a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty.
But I actually like the call, and the reason? It shows me a head coach has faith in his team overall. First on the offensive side, thinking they can pick it up.
And now Watson throws another interception. Picked by Kevin Byard. Agreed, that's twice now in this 4th quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Murray now to throw. His throw incomplete. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important third down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
Another incompletion would certainly be ideal defensively. A big play now. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Murray. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Vikings are right back in this football game. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And he's got room. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And as a fan of the NFL, not much more you could hope for in this divisional round matchup. Tie game, fourth quarter. A lot of these fans with their hearts in their throats waiting to see what happens here. Back to Taylor on first down. They'll get this up to about the 44. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. To throw, it's Murray. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't third down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the first down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And they get him down about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A third down pickup of 5. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And they're looking at 4th down now in this tie ball game. On 4th down, Murray. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Lions turned away on 4th down, and that will force a turnover on downs. Boy, an incredibly aggressive move to go for it there. Game tied 4th quarter. You got to be surprised.
I am, and I know that we're in a new era of football where we look at the analytics sometimes, and a lot of time the analytics tell you to go for it, right? But do the analytics take into account game situation, where we are, all those things? In this situation, I thought it was an incredibly aggressive play.
It didn't work out, and again, tie game 4th quarter makes this thing a little bit more interesting. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's Watson. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Going to need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? To throw, Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now a hit and a loose football. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punch coming in, I don't have a return punch, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are, about whether you should fair catch it or not. But sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
On 2nd down now, Cartwright. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. And they'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Deshaun Watson scampering home from 19 yards out as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll go down at the 2-yard line. What a disaster there.
Only able to get it to the 2-yard line on his return. Not going to make a lot of friends on your team when you only get it that far.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, Charles, you remember their last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it, but you understand why they did in this close game late. Now, though, the road back is even tougher.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And it was fair to look back and say the 4th down was a moment where this one was decided. But as you mentioned, understandable about why they went for it. But, hey, a lot of credit to the guys on the defensive side of the ball. They knew they'd have to defend in that situation, and they got it done.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Murray. This is Anderson. And they work take this out past the 25. Back to throw, Murray. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Well, I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a one-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Murray to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Probably time for 2 more shots, and ideally, they'd like to get to midfield or so they have a chance at a Hail Mary on the final play.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. The slot man in motion right. Now Murray. On a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, this secondary just continues to be a force. Multiple interceptions in this game, and now the pick 6.
And the thing about it is once you get an interception as a unit, you think to yourself, okay, we got that. How do we increase it the next time? Get the interception, do a little more damage.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And this is caught out in the left flat. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead.
All right, partner, one more time. Our whole lives, you put it down the 3-yard line, kick the extra point. 2015, they put it on the 15 to kick the extra point. 2016, they said, we're leaving it there. So if you want to fake it, that's a long way to go. And they got it done.
I was going to say, they had a 15-yard play in their back pocket.
You don't see that in too many play sheets, do you?
No. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Lions. Okay, so they got this score. Do you go for 1 here and save the possible 2-point conversion for later?
I think you do, because if you go for 2 here and you don't get it, that's deflation.
Yeah.
Now you wonder why you're even going for it. Take the easy one now and come back and try and get it later.
So now here come the Lions up to go for 2. Murray, one final try. And he'll get in as they're back within a score now. The lead's down to 7.